Hey Time Slicers, welcome to Slice Squad Spills. I'm your host, Nikki Wildflower. I went from a basement apartment to a multiple seven-figure empire. Now I'm here to share how you can do it too. Good morning. Yes, for me and
me too.
you. Welcome to the Slice Squad Spills podcast. I'm your host, Nikki Wildflower, and I'm here with my co-host, also sister, Jackie.
Hi.
Today, we're going to start here. How many of you, and I want you to genuinely ask yourself this, are walking around with a $20K a month dream built on what you're currently doing, like a $3K a month business? And I'm not judging you. I've been you. Like, I've always had the vision board with these really like lofty goals on it, but I didn't have the systems in place to actually support a goal like that. I'm going to tell you right now, like, if your systems, your retention, your rebooking, and your calendar are duct taped together, trying to scale to like a 20K, 30K month it's going to wreck you, right?
It's going to put you on your ass and probably cause some analysis paralysis, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. So this episode is really like for the people who have that ambition, but really feel overwhelmed, and the ones secretly kind of wondering, why does having these big goals make me more paralyzed, not more productive? So stick around. We're going to fix that.
Woohoo. This episode idea, we actually just had a really amazing in-person level 1 Slice Strand certification event in Colorado. And I'm also so tired. My flight was delayed yesterday. So if you see any social media clips, there is no makeup on my face, and I just couldn't be bothered today to do it. And this is what you get. Anyway, I'll offer you value that's outside of what my face looks like. The kind of concept around this is Nikki and I obviously both had a lot of conversations over the weekend with a lot of business owners starting in different places, just coming to take this certification. And a common theme that I kind of heard was I constantly compare myself to these hairstylists who are doing these extension services from people who this was their first time ever doing an extension certification before. And I see them making 20K, 30K months, 5K to 10K weeks, whatever it may be. And that feels so unattainable and out of reach for me. And I just feel like I want to be there, but I can't get there. And it's not possible for me. And so that in turn kind of causes them to halt in their place. Like, that's never going to be me. And so if that speaks to you at all, this episode will speak to you today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I remember back when I was vision board girl and I wanted to hit a 20K month. Like, I did everything but what actually moved the needle, right? Like, I made a new logo. I rebuilt my website. I spent 3 days naming an offer that no one bought. Like, meanwhile, I had no boundaries. I was still taking $45 haircuts and crying into my foils. I had no rebooking systems, like no follow-up, no confirmations. I didn't take notes on my clients. And the chaos felt productive because I was busy, but it was just a fancy form of hiding.
It's like keeping yourself busy with tasks that don't actually move the needle forward is a form of procrastination, actually, for business owners. Creative procrastination. Like, you're like, oh, well, if I build it, if I build it, they will come. You do need to build it. In other words, like, open the business itself, but they're not just going to come because you've then also spent 17 hours on a website that no one could find or knows about, or rebranded before you've even filled your books, like that's
you did that because
it's
you
a
felt
form
like
of procrastination.
It
was
fun
more
for you.
fun than what you needed to do to actually fill your books.
And you're avoiding, and I get it. Like, I want to spend, like, sometimes I'm just like, I want to spend 3 hours editing this video because that's fun for me. It's not fun for most people. I don't know why it's fun for me, but
I like to graphic design. I'd like to spend 5 hours in Canva on the
oh my
same
God.
thing.
And I had a talk with you one day. I'm like, does that
You're
really
like, that's not productive.
I'm like, is really like that worth your time? Or
no,
listen, like,
not.
Here's the reality of the sitch. Like, your brain's not dumb. It knows when your vision board doesn't match your Google Calendar, your Gloss Genius calendar, whatever it is. Like, when you aim for the moon without building the rocket to get there, your nervous system short circuits, right? So, like, that's why you just don't feel like it all of a sudden. That's why you start scrolling or organizing your junk drawer or researching for 6 hours or like doom scrolling on the internet, because your nervous system is impacted, and this is how it ends up procrastinating, because it doesn't align.
Because it triggers those internal thoughts and stories of like, well, that's not possible for me. I'm not going to get there. And then the doom scroll happens, Well, that's unreasonable. I'm not this enough to get there, whatever it may be, whatever stories you may tell yourself.
Yeah. And I'm too much of a hot mess to be a fucking business owner. And look at me here, hot messing it with 2 7-figure businesses. Like, could I be better? Always.
We all are always growing.
The thing is, big goals, this is what I've learned from like my business journeys and our clients. Like, big goals without small wins don't create action, they create avoidance, right? You think that you're just going to go from 3K a month to 20K a month without stacking small wins and creating habits that actually make sense and focusing on the things that move the needles forward. Move the needles, just one needle.
Just the one needle.
Yeah, not multiple needles, just the one, the most, right? So you watch classes, right? Probably even some of ours. You listen to podcasts, probably even some of ours, but you never implement a damn one. You're just collecting information.
You've got to reel it in. You've got to reel it in. What? No, not you. I'm talking to them.
Like, what the fuck did I do now? She's like, Nikki, bring it back.
No, I'm telling them, like, if you are at a 3K month, that's okay. And you have the goal of 20K, that's amazing. Hell yeah, it is possible for you. But you have to reel it in a little bit first. Let's start at a more attainable goal and create steps, put building blocks into place that will make a first level goal happen. Because 3K to 20K, while it is possible in a short period of time, it's not the most attainable for most people. It's time to reel it in and start creating actual habits and leaning into the discipline, like the self-discipline, and those, like we've talked about in the past several episodes, those like boring everyday tasks that you have to do to really move the needle forward today. Like, what is one thing I could do that will get me closer to my shorter term goal? So maybe your long-term goal is 20K months from 3K, but maybe your shorter term goal is 1K per week rather than whatever the average is that you're making right now. Right.
Listen, like when I started in my own studio, like I remember going in and like my rent, I think was like $275 or something a week, which at the time I couldn't afford that. But I thought to myself, if I can just make $500 a week, that would be like my first big goal. Cause at least I'll have, I mean, you're not making it after you buy color and shit. Like that's nothing. So I did that super fast, right? And then I remember like legitimately just bumping that up to 1,000. And then I did that. And then from 1,000, I'm like, okay, what do I realistically need to do to hit 15? And then from 15, I was like, what do I realistically need to do to hit 2K? Mm-hmm. And then so on and so forth. And that's what works. And I'm really going to relate it to this because I'm somebody who loves to think that I'm going to do a big overhaul in my life and just go from like a little bit of a hot mess to like an absolute beam of dainty perfection. And when I say hot mess, I don't mean that as like a compliment, but we were talking about this in person, like me and Becca, somebody on our team. Like as a human, you're either a rat or a mouse. And no, literally, you're either a rat or a mouse.
Okay.
I will not elaborate any further on that, but I'm a rat. Okay. A rat is a little like just like a harsh, like aggressive kind of a personality.
A little rough around the edges.
Yeah. And then there's like a hybrid, but I'm a rat. So a rat's not gonna, so I say to myself, like, I think all of a sudden I'm going to be like this cottagecore lesbian and I'm just going to be able to like have a green thumb and, you know, have like be a kitchen witch, whatever, the whole thing. Cause I'm like really leaning into simplicity right now for the sake of my nervous system. So everything in me wants to buy 8,000 plants. Okay. I've never been known to keep a plant alive in my entire life. I can't even
keep one alive. Not even one. I'm a rat.
So I say to myself, okay, you can buy one plant.
Yeah.
And if you keep that one plant alive, you can buy another because you got to start small.
I guess you did because I was just in your office and you have more than one plant.
I kept one. I did. I'm really, they're thriving. I sing to them. It's really sweet. So, Okay. So, and now I've got like a care plan for all of them, whatever. AI is pretty awesome. I will say one thing. If anybody has a fern, these son of a bitches are very hard to grow in the high desert because I have a spray bottle here and I just spray her all the time because
It's very dry out here.
it's super dry. And I live like in the high desert and, she's getting a little crusty. So she just wants to be like in a jungle, but she's here in my office in Colorado instead. So I'm working on her. But other than that, everyone's thriving. But anyway, so little by little, if I can create the habits to keep these plants alive, then I can grow like I'm not going to like become an immaculate.
You're not going to be Cinderella tomorrow. Not Cinderella. Who sings to It's Snow White. That's correct.
Yeah.
I heard that movie flopped really hard. I heard
that
the live action Snow White movie really flopped. I didn't even
know there was one. So
oh yeah,
I haven't been to a movie theater since pre-COVID.
First of all, the movie theater is amazing. Maybe next time we're together, we should take the kids. Like what?
Like I legitimately have kids though. Like that, have you met them? They're literally feral.
You don't think they would be? You don't think they'd be able to sit through a movie they want to see?
Fuck no.
Okay, fair enough.
Have you met them? But anyway, we have a drive. They're insane, right? Like,
yeah, they really are feral.
We have a drive-in though here, and I think that would be better.
That's
so
a good.
We'll try that.
That's a good vibe. Same thing with like real life example outside of business too. I really wanted to start to have a really wonderful self-care, like skincare routine. And I'm talking like this is me on a skincare basis. Normally, I wipe my face. If I wore makeup that day, I just wipe my face with a Neutrogena makeup remover wipe, and then I brush my teeth and floss and go to bed. That's my skincare routine. And then I wash my face with like CeraVe in the shower. So that's like what I've got. Naturally, rat. I'm also a rat. Like I'm not clean. I'm clean, but it's a mess. Like folding the laundry is absolutely impossible I'm a bull in a china shop, to be honest. It's really annoying. I don't want to be like this, but little by little with my skincare routine, I set the goal because I wanted to practice more self-care too and like take care of myself. And I felt like that would feel really good as like one of the places that I would start. I tried to do a full overhaul. I went to an esthetician and I got a facial and I got all the products. And for like a few days, I used all the things that were recommended to me. And then I'm like, this is too much. This is not me. I can't do a 16 step.
Yeah, you're not going to be a 16 stepper overnight
in one night. So I stopped doing it altogether. And then I reminded myself that if I just were to use like even one of those products, I'd be working towards my goal to be a 17 step skincare person. I'm probably at like 3 steps. And that's kind of where I'm stagnantly sitting. But I could probably add one in. Just, one more in, right? And take it from there. It's the same thing with business. It's like, if right now your menu's a hot mess, you don't have online booking, you're not making the money you want to be making, you're not retaining your clients, you have no new clients inquiring, they don't know how to find you, you don't have a Google page, your you're not marketing. Like if all of those things are happening, you just need to focus on one right now, just one. Because if you try to change all of those systems overnight, you're going to pass out.
Yeah.
You're going to burn out and then you're going to quit. You're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to go work in corporate America. Forget it.
Exactly. And then you secretly feel behind, even though you're always busy because you keep switching offers, keep switching tasks, keep like, oh, I got to focus on my prices, my strategies, my outfits, my skincare routine. And like,
just the one, babe.
When we bring in a consulting client, I'm like, actually only one thing matters right now. And my job is to figure out what that one thing is. And work on that mercilessly until we solve it.
That's right.
Mercilessly? What's that word?
Like, merciful. No, there's an F.
Mercilessly. No? Whatever. Fuck it. Who cares? Okay. You know what I'm trying to say.
Comment down below if you know the word.
You look at people making like 10K a week and you're like, I could do that, but also kind of like how? And you're not lazy. Like no one's inherently lazy. You're overloaded. So like, you're not unmotivated. You're kind of like unsupported. You just don't have a map that actually matches the terrain of your life, basically. So like you need to have systems in place that actually support the success. But where your focus goes, like you have to protect your energy, really. So like you need to focus on what actually matters and focus on just getting a little bit better and building those habits day after day instead of thinking that you're going to overhaul, because you're not. It's not sustainable. But one day you'll look back at yourself in a year and be like, oh, wow, I'm so much better.
Look at all the progress I made. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the people who are making 20K, 30K per month, they did not get there overnight. Our consulting clients who are making those numbers have been working on their business, most of them with us for 2 years, and like scaled from 5K months to 30K months slowly with strategy. So you can't compare yourself to somebody who's been doing something for years with strategy.
Our 30K, 20K monthers have all been with us for like 2 years.
Years, literally.
And started at like 5K a month.
Yeah. Comparison will rob you from actual growth. It really will. You cannot compare yourself. When you don't actually know. If you think that someone was an overnight success, ask them. Think again. I promise you that there was a lot of hard work behind the scenes that you're probably not seeing. And it looked like an overnight success to you. That's your perception.
I look like an overnight success to people.
Yeah, 100%. You've been working at this for years. You built your following 7 years ago, and that's when you're following, you started creating those time-saving techniques. Like, it's been building blocks, and it's hard work every day.
It is.
Too. It's like still hard. It's not, I have 2 7-figure businesses and that's an easy thing. Like, no.
It does sometimes get hard, but I'm finding joy in the process instead of like, you know what? A lot of like the business bros that I follow, they
preach, you have to be miserable.
Like, you are going to be miserable
for years.
And I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm just miserable. But like, what if we just can work hard, not always feel like it, but also like prioritize joy and fulfillment in the process? Like, I will do everything in my power to, yes, sometimes it's going to be hard, but what if we can just like make it fun? Where the fuck can I have fun all the time, Mom?
The world is full of dualities. Like, life is full of dualities. Things don't need to be mutually exclusive. It's not like in order to be successful, you have to be miserable and that's the formula. What's the fucking point then? I'm not going to buy into that, because that's not going to work for me. I'm willing to put in the hard work. I know you are too. I won't sacrifice my nervous system's regulation and feeling joy and gratitude and enjoying my actual life at all. I'm not going to feed into that. I fed into that for a little bit, hustle culture, and like, you have to be miserable to be successful and you have to sacrifice connection with family and friends all the time. Like, sometimes I have to take an evening to do some action steps, right? And that's okay, but not every single time. That doesn't make any sense. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. So the duality has to be, I'm grateful that I'm happy and enjoy my life and have balance. And I'm also grateful that I work incredibly hard towards my goals every day. Both of those things can be true at the same time. It's a duality,
And I will say, like, the most important thing that I've learned is really just consistency more than anything, more than big overhauls, is creating consistency, because you can't scale chaos. You can scale consistency. So that's how, like, I would get in these moods where I would start creating these like really cool social media posts and stuff like that, and then like not do it for another week. But actually what's better is just like consistently doing it. Just consistently doing it. And that's how I got where I am, because sometimes it hits and sometimes it doesn't. But the reality is, like, a business that burns you out at 3K a month is going to annihilate you at 30.
20K. Yeah.
Like,
best of luck.
Yeah. Like, you can't want a big income though and stay in undercharging, overworking, and avoiding the back end and avoiding hard conversations. So like, there are conversations you have to have that are uncomfortable. And just because something's uncomfortable doesn't mean that you don't do it. It means that you probably need to. I think a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to have that uncomfortable conversation, or like my clients won't pay that, or this, that, and the other story. You're telling yourself we can't avoid those if we want to grow either.
If this even like sounds overwhelming, like where to start and begin, it might be time to drop your pride and ask for help. You might need help. You might not have the strategy, the information that you actually need in order to get there. Most humans need support and help from someone, right? So like, if even just the first step, if you're in the chaos and you're like, even the first step, I don't know which one, like, you might just need some support. You might need education. So like, you can't figure everything out on your own. We're not meant to anyway. Ask for help.
Really, it's like you don't get the business you dream about. You get the one that you build systems for. And I'm one of those people who like, it's hard for me to ask for help. Like I want to do everything myself. And then I get in my head, like nobody could do it as good as me, blah, blah, blah,
Me
blah,
too.
blah.
Savior complex. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
and
I'm just going to do
untrue.
it. I'm just going to do it myself. So, I've done that multiple times in
I'll do
business.
it faster and better.
Finally, I'm like, okay, I burnt myself into the ground. I need help. And yeah, just if you need help, just fucking ask. It's always good to have somebody.
Helpful. Yeah.
Help is helpful. I mean, really, like having somebody who's better at you than specific things is just like, for the longest time, I thought I'm the one who, like, I have to do all the marketing myself. I'm the only one that can do it. And that was just like a made up bullshit story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So really, like, you don't get the business that you dream about. You get the one that you build the systems for. And like, you don't become the 20K stylist by thinking about her. You become her by acting like her. Even when it's hard, like, who do you need to become to be that person? Who do you need to become and grow into? And let the realest version of you run the show, not the tired one, not the self-doubting one, not the people-pleasing one, but like the realest version of you. So like if your dreams are outpacing your systems, which I've had happen multiple times in my life, if your goals feel huge, but your bank account doesn't reflect the work that you're putting in, even if you tell yourself, well, like, yeah, I do pretty well. Like I think I get paid fairly. If you're book solid and burnt out, you don't. Like, I want to help you build from the inside out. This is like my pride and joy is helping people grow their businesses, but
Me
like
too.
in a realistic way, 1 week at a time. It's not about getting lucky.
You're not going to hit the jackpot. You might. I mean, I hope you hit the lottery.
But even if you do, without the right systems in place to know what to do with that money, you're going to lose
You're going
it.
to spend it. You're going to spend it all and you're not going to scale it.
And that's been proven time and time again that people do that. So, I mean, really the moral of today's story is like, if you want 20K months, you need to work on building 5K months
first.
And then 6K, 7K, 8K.
Start today. What can I do today? Just one day at a time, 1 week at a time. And then look back at the end of the month. And you'll be pretty surprised about the progress you've made when you can focus on these small steps every day.
100%. That's really what I've got for today.
Wow.
Shorter
we have an
episode,
efficient,
but like
sweet episode.
Sliced our timing in half. Also, my doorbell keeps ringing like over and over again. I think Allison might have locked herself out or something. So it's
okay, great.
Yeah.
Maybe go check that out. Leave us a review. Share if you're listening to, if you've been listening to us, share, tag us on Slice Squad Spills on Instagram. Share it to your story. We'll share back. Nikki Wildflower and Jackie Ethical Mentor are our Instagram handles. You can tag us. You can DM us. We'd love to have conversations with you. Whoever you resonate with, just pick one of us. How's that sound? I'm just kidding.
Perfect. Sounds
Making
great.
everything a contest. Who do you like better, me or Nikki?
I'm sure everyone has their one, but I honestly don't give a shit.
No, who fucking cares? I'm kidding.
Right.
It's just funny. Okay.
Have the best day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Slice Squad Spills. If you're enjoying the show, please subscribe, leave a rating and review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback is going to help us improve and attracts more listeners to the show. Please share with your fellow time slicers. And hey, if you're ready to optimize your time and double your income, we've got you covered.